Today I travel to meet developer Rajinder Singh in the resort town of Droitwich Spa in England to learn firsthand about a unique investment opportunity to redevelop the historic Raven Hotel, built by the local Salt King. Droitwich is a spa town in northern Worcestershire, renowned since ancient times for its salt brines, which have a similar composition to the water of the Dead Sea. Worcester is 15 minutes away by car, and you can reach Birmingham in half an hour or London in 2 hours. The historic Raven Hotel is in the heart of the city at the beginning of the main shopping street.
This is actually the Raven project that we're talking about. The front here is what we call the two bucket, which have been retained. And the centerpiece is where you see the Raven sitting. That's also been retained. So just this part of this building is being protected and kept. At the back of this is being demolished. And just further down this street up to this second building here, that's also being demolished up to that green door. And that's being replaced by a mixture of flats and houses.
Planning permission was granted this year. The historic hotel building will be retained, complemented by 9 new flats. In addition, the site will feature 28 detached houses of 100 to 150 square meters with 3 to 4 bedrooms and a new building with 20 flats.
We're due to start the program on this probably around about the second quarter of this year, probably June, July time. The demolition is booked for about a 6-month program for the whole clearance of the site. The construction will probably start towards the beginning of the new year, really, but the program will be completed by the end of 2025. So this is a complete catalyst to the growth of this town, actually, because right behind us here we have the main shopping centre. On the other side, you've got Waitrose and Morrison's. You've got the library building here. And on the other side of the Raven, you've got the Lido. So this really is the biggest growth for this town, is what's going on in the Raven development. There's a lot of young families that move to this suburb of town.
Where from?
Around sort of Droitwich itself, but also in Worcester, which is close by, is a bigger city. And then you've got Birmingham close by. So it really appeals to the younger generations that are starting their families, because there's a quieter piece of life here. You've got the proximities of all the towns in the countryside close by, which is all within walking distance technically. So that's really the buying profile is very much the young, but also the elderly. So you've got a lot of big family estates close by, and they don't need that space anymore, so they're downsizing. So they like to be close to the town, close proximity to the town here, and because of Waitrose. So there's a balance between the old and the new, so it caters for both markets. But the history of this town is quite amazing, actually. It dates almost back to the 15th century. So the charm that the town has is very appealing to a lot of buyers. Yeah. It's a very quality piece of life, really. But you're close to the town if you need to.
There are quiet green streets around the hotel, many cafes and restaurants, and an old church.
The back of our site here is where our houses are positioned. So all these trees are going to be removed. And so the back, there's some gardens and some houses beyond that. But what's really interesting here is this is the old brine pump bath. It's quite amazing, actually. So this salt historically was used for healing. So they had soap baths based in Droitwich, and hence the name Droitwich Spa.
And you can see it.
That's where it originated from. So the Wychavon Council are quite keen to reignite this and start the pump or operating again, and actually have a new base, which is actually going to be across the Lido, which I'll just walk you around there for a second. But our site literally forms in the back of it.
The Waitrose premium supermarket is within walking distance of the hotel.
So yeah, that's the main Waitrose superstore with the main car park here, which is literally within walking distance to the Raven. So it's a great appeal to have the superstore on our doorstep.
How come you find Waitrose here in Droitwich Spa?
How? I guess through local demand. So Waitrose must have done their own demographics on this and realised that it's a fairly affluent town. So consequently, they came here as the main superstore. Where our development sits, it's actually very close to the wonderful facilities of the Lido. It is an all year round open door swimming pool. So it's literally within walking distance where we just came from. And it's great for the dogs.
I asked Rajinder to show me examples of similar development projects in the area.
We're at a development which is quite close to Droitwich, an area called Ombersley, which is a very pretty little village. This is a development that was done by a company called Spitfire Homes. I think here there was about 32 or 34 houses that they developed. We've got probably a bit more flats where we are because we are close to the city centre. But here they've got a typical housing scheme that we would develop in the Raven. And the actual houses here varied from between 3 bedrooms up to 5 bedrooms. I can't remember the exact sort of price point, but I think 3 beds were between 350 upwards, and the 4 and 5 bedrooms are about 450 plus. But all the scheme was very successful, actually. In fact, it was sold within about 12 months. So it can also show you the type of scheme that we would be looking at creating in the Raven.
We walked around the project, looked at the houses already built, and then went back to Droitwich, stopped by the real estate agency that will be selling houses and flats in the Raven project.
Everybody in the whole of Droitwich has been wanting, something.
It's on the Raven.
The Raven, yeah, the transformation. Everybody, wants to know what's going on with it and what it's going to be, because historically, it was amazing. Going to be high demand definitely for the apartments and the properties. I've already been out to value people's houses and they've asked me, what's going on with the Raven?
Yes, sure.
And yeah, I said, it's going to be apartments and houses. We've already got people lined up pretty much waiting.
Wow.
So
the demand is high.
The demand will be high, yeah, definitely,
Is that
already.
because of the location?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, the Raven's so historic.
What I find attractive about Droitwich is the community.
It is, absolutely.
It's a very strong community.
Yeah, it's a mixture, of, families, professionals, older generation people. The beauty of Droitwich is you've got everything here that you need, and you can access everywhere on the M5, commute. Yeah, a lot of people, professionals, choose to sort of live here and then commute to work on the motorway access because it's so easily and accessible. But you've got everything you need. And, I myself, I've worked in quite a few towns, but Droitwich is always my favourite. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else because it's just such a nice community. Like I say, it's just got everything here, the history, the accessibility, the people are so lovely here as well.
So, do you want to know more about investment opportunities in the UK? Please let me know in the comments. And if you are interested in this particular development in Droitwich Spa, feel free to message me on WhatsApp or Telegram. All my contacts are in the description. And like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss anything exciting in the future. That's all for today. See you in the Great Britain.